Hi, my name is Galen Lehman. I'm here with my dad Jay, the store founder, and my son Matthew, and we're going to talk to you a little bit today about making homemade ice cream. Before we get to the details though, I wanted to talk about what a great memory creator homemade ice cream is, because it brings together family and friends. It's great food, fantastic memories. So Dad, what are some of your memories making homemade ice cream?
I remember making homemade ice cream usually Saturday night after a long week's hard work. We'd all get together Saturday night and make ice cream and enjoy the good taste of ice cream.
That was your reward for
that was our reward.
And my question is, did you do it before your once a week bath or after?
After.
After, okay, good deal. Matt, what about you?
Well, you know, even at a young age, I remember all the men getting together in the garage, and well, I guess I was a boy then, I was maybe 6, but I remember all of us trying to see who could turn the crank the longest. And I definitely was the one who was the strongest there.
Yeah,
oh,
we made sure that. I think
we
made sure that he was doing good. Yeah, one of my memories is going to the ice place, to the Iceman, to get ice. In those days, we couldn't get it crushed. We had to get blocks. And we got a big block of ice, put it in a burlap feed sack, and whacked it with a sledgehammer.
Whack, yeah.
Yep, had to crush it down so we could get it down inside the freezer to make our ice cream hard.
Oh.
So those are some of our memories. I know you'll create good memories too, and we're going to show you how here in just a minute. So the benefits of making homemade ice cream. You know, there's a story behind this. In the old days, didn't have a way to keep ice cream cold. When you said you made it on Saturday nights, you made it on Saturday nights, you ate it on the spot, right?
Right.
And today, of course, we're still selling a hand-cranked freezer. One of the reasons is that the Amish still need a hand-cranked freezer if they don't have a gas refrigerator, right?
Yeah, well, we need one too.
Yeah, because it tastes good, right?
Yeah.
Well, Dad, I live in the city. I can just run to the grocery store and get my ice cream whenever I want. Why should I put in the hard work for all this?
It's all about the taste, and you know that very well.
I do.
Yeah.
You know?
Feed me the softball question.
Yeah.
It's all about the taste. And so years ago, someone came in the store and said, you know, should I buy the ice cream freezer so I can save money on ice cream? No, it's not about saving money. You want to put the best possible ingredients in there that you can. Peaches from our peach tree, raspberries when they're in season, and I'll even tell you one of our family secrets. On any recipe, vanilla, fruit, chocolate, whatever, it doesn't matter, throw in about a cup of grape nuts about 5 or 10 minutes before you're done making it. Oh, it just adds.
Fantastic.
Oh man, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Another reason to make your own ice cream is that you know what goes in there. 3 simple ingredients that I already mentioned: cream, eggs, sugar, and then your flavor. There's nothing in there you can't pronounce, and that translates into a safer and higher quality food. The last thing is the memories. I already talked about the memories, and that is ultimately what you're getting is great memories to go with great tasting ice cream. So we already said the 3 basic ingredients are milk, eggs, and sugar. We're using the mix today that we sell, yes, where you just pour the mix in, add milk, cream, and vanilla, right?
And sugar.
And sugar.
And sugar.
So we've got a mix to get it started. We've already pre-made the mix right here. So the process, you start with a tub, you put the canister inside, pour in the ingredients. You want to do the other one? When you pour it in, you want to fill it about 2/3 full. As the ice cream freezes, it expands, and if you pour in till the canister's full, it's going to overflow, and you don't want that, of course. Once this is in, wait, the dasher. I had a friend one time that tried to make it without putting the dasher in. Ice cream never got hard. The dasher goes in and sets on the bottom. Make sure it latches in. Give it a little spin. And then there's a latch over here that locks it all together. So the hardest part about putting it together is that each piece has to latch into the other one. If the top doesn't go down, it means the pieces aren't seated correctly, and then you just give it a little bit of turn and it'll all pop together. So once you've got the freezer together and all the ingredients inside, it's time for ice and salt. Didn't have to break this one. We can get crushed ice now, which is great. And then you pour the ice and salt in together. How much salt should they use?
No, probably about 2.5 cups mixed throughout as you put the ice in. You mix this in with it.
Yep. So if you add too much salt, then the ice cream freezes too fast, and the result is it might be a little grainy. If you don't put enough salt in, it takes too long to freeze. So if you want to go a little shy on the salt mix, you can always add more as you go to speed up the freezing process. So we've got it now about a third to a half full, and we're putting a layer of salt in, and then we'll go back and repeat. Now there's a reason why we use a hand cranked freezer instead of an electric freezer. An electric freezer runs theoretically at the same pace all the time. In reality, as the ice cream gets harder, it slows down. The best way to make ice cream is to crank it slow at first and then faster as it gets hard. That way, in the initial stages, you're letting as much cream gradually get in touch with the ice as you can. In the later stages, when it starts to harden, you can speed up the cranking a little bit, and the result will be creamier ice cream. One thing that's really interesting about this Immergood freezer is this cracking noise. I don't know if you can hear it now or not. It's a one-piece tub, and it does need to expand and contract as it gets cold. The result is, as that's happening, you'll hear loud pops, and that's completely normal, and it is unique to this freezer. It's just kind of an interesting little sidelight. One thing that's important is to keep this weep hole open. Our objective here is to create a salt and ice and water slurry. That slurry gradually builds up as the ice melts, and when you have that slurry in there, you have very full contact between the ice mixture and the outside of the canister, which results in the ice cream freezing much faster. In fact, sometimes we even add a little bit of water at the beginning. We didn't do it this time, but you can pour a quart or so of water in there at the start, and that will accelerate the freezing process even more. As that slurry piles up inside the tub, you want to make sure that weep hole is open, because if the weep hole isn't open, that mixture can come up over top of the lid and mix in with your ice cream and add a little bit of salt flavor to it, which is probably less than desirable. Yeah. As the ice melts down into that slurry, it's not uncommon to have to add ice and salt during the process. You can stop cranking from time to time and take a break if you want, but when you do, the ice cream immediately starts to freeze against the outside of the canister. If you wait too long, you won't be able to start it again. So go ahead and take a break if you need to, but don't wait too long. So you notice how when he was 6, the older people really did most of the cranking, and here we are 30 years later, or 20 years, I guess.
Yeah, 20 years. Come on now.
Here we are 20 years later, we're still making the old guy do all the work.
Okay.
You're doing pretty good for an 86-year-old.
Yeah.
It's really starting to get hard now. And the other thing is, the ice cream now, which when we put the mix in was only 2/3 of the way up, the ice cream now is coming up against the top of the lid. So we know it's getting near to being done. So it takes about 20 minutes to make a batch of ice cream. We're right at the 20-minute mark now. The ice cream is pressed up against the lid. If you go 15-20 minutes and you don't see any signs of it starting to harden, just add more salt. It'll soon get hard for you. Now that the ice cream is hard, I said it's about making memories. We're going to make some memories for the folks in our warehouse.
No, get away. Nah! No! I'm so stuck. Oh! So he said you get to make good memories with this? They're not always good.
It was a good one for me.
Looking good.